What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, the other day, DICE went ahead and posted the official roadmap for Battlefield 2042 Season 2, for anybody who doesn't know. This season is going to be coming out August 30th. Yes, you've heard that correctly. So, in less than a week, we're going to be seeing Season 2 in Battlefield 2042. It's a pretty good surprise, honestly, because I was not expecting them to push out this season anytime in August. And here we are, like I said, less than a week, and we're going to be getting new content within the game. So, it's some pretty positive news here. But what we're going to do today in this video is discuss everything that's going to be coming in this season between the battle pass, new specialists, weapons, maps, vehicles, all that good stuff. And I'm going to give you guys my personal opinion on why, at the end of the day, I'm still basically disappointed. Now, as we all know, the new map named Stranded is going to be coming into Battlefield 2042. That is what you guys are watching on your screen right now. I just went ahead and downloaded the trailer off of YouTube from the Battlefield page. If you guys want to check that out, by all means, go ahead and do so. You can listen to the sound, the audio, all that good stuff, whatever you guys feel like. But basically, what you see in front of your own eyes is what this map is going to be like. It's going to be extremely close quartered, a lot of action, something that resembles, in my personal opinion, from what it looks like, Metro or Operation Lockers, while still being able to have the freedom to explore outside and get some more distant battles. So maybe not like Metro, because Metro is pretty close quarter at all times, unless, you completely push one of the enemy teams back. Maybe more like Lockers, where, like the one side of the map is completely outdoors, good for LMGs or rifles, snipers, and stuff like that to get into long-range engagements. And then if you want to go right back inside, you're inside the lockers, and it's absolute all-out hell. Those are the kind of vibes I'm getting out of Stranded, and I really do appreciate that, because in the beginning of Battlefield 2042, as we all know, up until this very day as well, this game lacks good maps. And even though they are revamping a bunch of the core maps that were already in the game, like Kaleidoscope, for example, which was already revamped, and it actually made it a lot more fun, at the end of the day, they are still a ton of large maps. And Battlefield games typically at least have 1 to 2, basically, small infantry-styled maps just for the rotation. It's nice to have, just like how Call of Duty always introduces a map like Shipment or Nuketown, I don't want all the maps like Shipment or Nuketown. Don't get me wrong, I like having variety. I like larger, medium to large-scaled maps that give you variety of gameplay. But having that shipment or two in the mix is always an enjoyable experience. So to have Stranded come into the mix here is going to be extremely fun. I really hope. Again, I haven't had hands-on with this map, but the last map was really good, so I'm assuming if they keep that same mindset, they can make this map good as well. Next up is the new specialist. His name is Charlie Crawford. I believe he's a part of like the black market or something of that sort. Once again, I don't understand the direction that this game is taking. The backstory, it's whatever. I still don't understand it, so as long as, they don't want to go ahead and explain it, then I'm not going to invest my time into it. But at the end of the day, he doesn't look like a corny specialist. He looks like you can go ahead and take him seriously. As long as he doesn't have goofy ass voice lines, then it's all good. The only problem here is that his ability is a mounted machine gun. Now, I'm hoping that was just because he picked it up from somewhere. Maybe they're adding in more equipment into this game. But from what they're trying to showcase off here, in my opinion, is that basically his specialist ability is that he can put a mounted minigun with a face shield on it. Now, we all know that's going to be nerfed into hell, right? We all know that's going to be absolutely bumped down and disintegrated once it gets into the hands of the community. But the problem is, when it first gets released, we all know it's not going to be nerfed. We all know it's going to be an absolute disaster of an ability. People are going to be mounting those machine guns everywhere. It's going to be impossible to shoot them off it because of the face shield, and they're going to be mowing down, waves and waves and waves of enemies. I can already see, 100 plus kill games on small maps, for example, like the new map Stranded, or even the map that came out in Season 1. I could see Charlie absolutely dominating across the board. So hopefully it will not take DICE too long to nerf it down into a more, reasonable spot. And hopefully when it first launches, it's already balanced out. You would think that just with them playing the game, they could tell how overpowered this minigun is or not. But from the looks of it and all the updates that come out, it doesn't seem like the developers do play the game that much. Of course, there's going to be a new battle pass, which in my personal opinion, it seems like the skins in this battle pass are going to look just as good as the Season 1 skins. That's one thing that I've given DICE a lot of props for throughout all of these seasons, is that they really stepped up their game in the skin department. They're worrying me a little bit in the very beginning. It seemed like they're trying to take a more, Call of Duty, Fortnite type approach where they're just going to go all out, balls to the walls, and just make the most insane looking skins. But at the end of the day, it seems like they're really sticking to more of a military theme. And even though it's not going to completely take away from the specialist aspect of Battlefield 2042, hopefully they can keep this mindset along with the, their new map design mindset as well, after we had to just complain over and over and over again about the previous maps. Hopefully they take all of these brand new mindsets and they push them over into the next Battlefield game and make it 10 times better. Then, of course, in Battlefield Portal, they're going to be adding in specific weapons and attachments into there, custom conquest game mode, new featured experiences, and also, this is my favorite part, because I've been begging for this for ages now, a new community spotlight. So basically what this means, at least how I'm interpreting it from reading off on the screen here, is that basically DICE will go ahead and either on a weekly or monthly rotation, they will find community-made game modes that people out in the community have made and then put them up on the spotlight for everybody to see. This is what I've been waiting for since day one. I've been asking for the server browser to be tweaked with a little bit to, start marking, everybody's favorite playlist to everybody's most hated playlist, or everybody's favorite map creation to everybody's worst map creation, you know what I'm saying? So the community can really find what's popping off within Portal at the moment. It's no easy way to do that though right now, and it seems like the only creative modes right now are modes that are designed by the developers DICE, which isn't the purpose of Portal. Portal wasn't made so the developers can edit in it. No, Portal was made so us, the community, can go ahead and edit in it, right? So having a new community spotlight is fantastic. They're adding in new vehicles, the EBLC Ram, I believe what it's called, and the Polaris. I can't really read it too well, but the Polaris is basically, your alternative to the Jeep, so it's basically going to be your Jeep without the minigun. And the EBLC is going to be an attack vehicle, of course. And then they're adding in a new assault rifle, new LMG, and a secondary side pistol, which is a fully automatic. Once again, much better than Season 1. Season 1, we got a crossbow and attack rifle, which absolutely makes no sense to me. They made us wait over half a year in order to get all of this crap, and they gave us a crossbow. Like, the crossbow should have been in day one, right? So at least they're giving us a little bit more variety with weaponry. An AR, LMG, and a machine gun pistol all sound pretty satisfying to me, along with the introduction of also bringing in Portal weapons into All-Out Warfare as well. So not the new Portal weapons that they're introducing into Portal alone, but I'm talking about like the M16, I believe, and LMG from Portal are going to be transferred into All-Out Warfare, which should hopefully help out with Season 2 when it comes to a replayability factor and content. And a new gadget, they're adding in a concussion grenade. I mean, I don't know why. Once again, we're almost a year deep, and it took this long for them to add a concussion into the game. That's kind of interesting to me. I don't know why that's such a hard thing to introduce, but it is what it is at this point. That's basically the idea of what Season 2 is going to be bringing to us content-wise. But even though all of this content looks honestly really good, at the end of the day, I cannot get over the fact that it took a year, 2 seasons, in order to get this game to a point where it seems like it's worth the $60 price tag. Basically, all of the content that we got within Season 1 and Season 2, that should have been in the game at launch. If we got this content between all of the vehicles, all of the weapons, and all of the maps in the rotation, Battlefield 2042, in my opinion, would have been way more replayable at launch and a lot more widely accepted. And honestly, they would have been able to go ahead and postpone, future DLC maps and future DLC content and focus on fixing the bugs and glitches of the game without the community being in an absolute outrage, because we would have had enough content to mess around with. But it kills me because watching this game take a year just to get to a playable state that's worth $60 makes me think, when would the game feel like it's, finally getting add-ons? Usually by now, at this point in time, we would have 2 to 3 different DLC packs with like 3 to 4 different maps in each pack. We would be absolutely splurging in DLC content at this current point in time, but we're not. We're just approaching a full $60 product. It's going to take a year to get it to feel like it's more than that. And by then, it's probably going to be ditched and thrown into the trash. It's horrifying. And the fact that it took this long to bring in this community spotlight feature, don't get me wrong, this feature is outstanding and probably one of the best features to ever be introduced into Battlefield 2042. But what community do we have left? Nobody. Like, I can go and explore the Portal, freaking playlists. I can look at everything myself, and it's basically dead. It's non-existent, just like the game itself. It's rough. There's not many players playing it. I mean, there's more players playing Battlefield 5, Battlefield 1, probably even Battlefield 4 at this point, 2042. It might have a player base, it might be populated, but it's definitely not the most popular Battlefield game out at the moment. So the community isn't really alive to even begin with, so what type of community spotlight are we even going to have? Now, if Portal was free to play and everybody can go ahead and download it, this new mode would have been a fantastic feature. Or if this new mode was introduced in the beginning of the game when the game actually had a base community that blew up at the launch, then it would have been very useful then. But coming in a year later when everybody has already ditched the game and nobody's playing it anymore, it's good. Like, they're listening to the community. DICE is listening and they're adding in the stuff that we're asking for. But it's too late, DICE. It's too late. It should never get to this point. That's why we always keep saying, keep us updated. You have to talk to us. We will gladly give you constructive feedback. We will gladly test out your game. You could literally give us a Battlefield project. The next Battlefield game you're making right now, I guarantee that you could release that in like a pre-alpha phase, looking like absolute doo-doo, absolute crap. And I guarantee over half of the Battlefield fans would not care about the graphical quality. They would not care about the bugs and the glitches. They would not care about anything. If you told them to test out this game and give feedback and help them improve upon the formula and improve upon the overall experience, they would not complain one bit. They would be so glad to help out. But you guys don't ask. You guys don't put forth any of the effort to the community. You don't give us anything to do. So you already know the outcome. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, bumps to hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. Also, if you want to chat with me, that's do we do so, Twitter and Discord, both link in the description. And also, if you want to catch me live streams of video games, do it over on Twitch, link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you all next one. Peace out.